Cancel the transfer. We are not your ATM. Those brutal words reportedly shattered Prince Harry's last hope this morning. Breaking news from Kensington Palace. A secret emergency summit has ended in absolute catastrophe. Prince Harry, reportedly drowning in an estimated $36 million of debt, reached out to the one person he believed could save him, his brother, Prince William. He begged for a royal bailout. But instead of a lifeline, he was handed a cold, crushing reality, an eviction notice and confirmation of the one fear that has haunted him for years. The infamous Saudi dossier, it's real. Welcome back to Legacy's Edge. Today, the royal feud has moved far beyond tabloids and gossip columns. It has landed squarely on the balance sheet. The walls are closing in on Montecito. Tyler Perry has allegedly closed the doors on his Bank of the Godfather. Netflix is reportedly demanding a $20 million refund. And now, Prince William has blocked funds tied to a secret deal, one that could have shaken the very foundation of the monarchy. Do not look away. In the next few minutes, we will open what insiders are calling the Anne Files. We will reveal the 10 a.m. insurance nightmare that triggered a foreclosure panic, and we will expose the shocking intelligence reports surrounding the yacht photos that reportedly made William slam the door for good. The checkbook may be closed, but the truth is wide open. To understand why Prince William reportedly refused to sign the check this morning, we need to grasp that this wasn't simply a financial decision. It was a security decision. According to palace insiders, when Harry pleaded for a bailout to save his Montecito estate, William didn't just glance at the mortgage. He scrutinized the source of the funds Harry was trying to access. He reportedly pointed directly to the Saudi dossier, a file Princess Anne flagged years ago, and forced Harry to confront the impossible arithmetic of his wife's past. The dossier focuses on a crucial period, 2008 to 2012. During these years, Meghan Markle publicly painted herself as a struggling actress, barely scraping by in the cutthroat economics of Hollywood. Her resume lists minor television roles and a brief stint on Deal or No Deal, a job with modest pay that certainly would not cover private aviation or multi-million-dollar yachts. Yet surveillance and financial data tell a very different story. These documents place the struggling actress on luxury yachts worth tens of millions, attending Mediterranean soirees whose nightly costs exceeded what most people earn in a year. Princess Anne reportedly studied this ledger years ago and asked the one question Harry refused to consider: who paid? Cable television roles do not fund Monaco summers. In the eyes of British intelligence, unexplained wealth or access is the single most significant red flag for a security compromise. If you appear broke but live like a billionaire, the question isn't luck, it's ownership. And today, William allegedly placed the proof of that ownership on the table. It wasn't a bank statement, it was a photograph, the infamous choppered earrings. These exquisite chandelier diamonds, estimated at £500,000, were officially a wedding gift. But the donor, not a family friend, not a Hollywood producer, it was Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, MBS, of Saudi Arabia. William's logic, according to insiders, is unforgiving. Why would the absolute ruler of Saudi Arabia send such a lavish gift to an American cable TV actress he supposedly never met? In the world of Gulf elites, you don't give diamonds of this magnitude to strangers. Intelligence analysts have long speculated these earrings functioned as a severance package, a golden handshake, rewarding discretion and strategic social positioning. It was a signal the accounts were settled. This is why William is reportedly furious. He reminded Harry that Meghan wore those earrings to a state dinner in Fiji just weeks after the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, a killing the CIA linked to MBS. By flaunting them against palace advice, Meghan was allegedly signaling loyalty to her former patrons. William reportedly told Harry that the royal family cannot, and will not, bail out a couple beholden to foreign oligarchs. He destroyed the secret deal because any funds Harry might raise from these old connections could come with strings capable of strangling the monarchy. Harry came asking for cash, but left understanding that his brother knows everything. If the choppered earrings are proof of a secret deal, then who was the broker? To understand the full scope of the dossier that reportedly enraged William, we must introduce the shadow director of this entire production, Marcus Anderson. For years, the mainstream media painted Marcus as nothing more than Meghan's best friend or a harmless consultant for the Soho House empire. But in the classified palace vetting reports, the very files William allegedly slammed on the table, he is cast in a differ. In Light, Princess Anne reportedly identified him not as a companion but as a handler. This revelation reshapes the entire narrative of Meghan's rise. Consider 2015, the year before Meghan met Harry. While the world believed she was simply filming roles in Toronto, intelligence reports suggest she was attending the graduation of her social climbing career, the grand opening of Soho House Istanbul. Istanbul sits at the crossroads of East and West, and for Meghan, it was the bridge from Hollywood obscurity to global influence. Amid rooftop parties overlooking the Bosphorus and luxurious hammams, her social placement reached its peak. Sources suggest this wasn't merely a party, it was a marketplace. Marcus Anderson, Soho House's global membership director, allegedly curated the guest list to blend talent with capital. Intelligence notes indicate that Meghan was introduced to a specific network of Middle Eastern financiers and Gulf power brokers. She wasn't there to shine as a global star. She was being positioned for elevation. This led to the most devastating realization for Harry during the emergency summit. His best friend Marcus may have been working a job all along. We were told Harry and Meghan met on a blind date in London, orchestrated by a mutual friend, Marcus Anderson. If the Saudi dossier is correct, however, this was not a romantic setup. It was a calculated placement. Marcus didn't just introduce two singles, he placed a candidate, a woman trained in elite social navigation, directly in front of the ultimate target. Harry is reportedly realizing now that Meghan's charm, the listening, the discretion, the ability to make him feel like the only man in the room, was not organic. It was cultivated, perfected over yacht nights and Istanbul mixers. She didn't look like an outsider when she entered his world because she wasn't one. She understood hierarchy because she had been operating within it for years. Princess Anne reportedly warned Harry that Marcus Anderson was the bridge between Meghan's wealthy backers and the royal family. But Harry didn't listen. He thought he was falling in love. Today, William is presenting him with evidence that Harry was the final acquisition in a merger that began on a rooftop in Istanbul. The choppered earrings and the Istanbul connection are devastating, but they are only the tip of the iceberg. Harry reportedly left the summit in a state of paralysis, not just because of what he remembered, but because of what his family has meticulously documented. We have arrived at the most explosive chapter of this investigation, the Anne Files. For nearly a decade, Harry operated under the delusion that his family's coldness toward Meghan was ignorance or jealousy. He believed they failed to understand her modernizing potential. But today, William allegedly revealed that their caution was based on intelligence. The Saudi dossier is not gossip. It is reportedly a Level 3 security vetting report commissioned by the palace in 2016, overseen by the Princess Royal herself. When Meghan entered the royal orbit, Harry expected a rubber-stamped background check, a quick glance at criminal records or debts. Instead, sources say what came back was a red alert. Princess Anne, with deep ties to the intelligence community, was the first to read the unredacted file. She didn't see a Hollywood romance. She saw a meticulously orchestrated social placement. The report flagged the impossible math of Meghan's lifestyle years before the public took notice. It mapped the network of handlers and patrons who had facilitated her rise from cable actress to fixture on Gulf superyachts. In 2016, Anne reportedly warned Harry, "She hasn't just been dating you, she's been kept, and people don't keep you around in these circles unless you are useful." Harry rejected the warning as prejudice. Today, that file has been dusted off. William didn't bring it to the summit to lecture Harry on the past, he brought it to dictate the future. Here's the twist that changes everything. The report is no longer archived, it has been reactivated. Before we continue diving into these revelations, we want to pause for a moment to connect with our global community. In a world full of noise and hidden agendas, your health, peace of mind, and safety matter most. Wherever you are, London, the heartlands of America, or anywhere else, we are honored to have you with us. Please drop your city and country in the comments below. Now back to the Anne Files. Why does the reactivation of this 2016 report matter so profoundly right now? Because Prince Harry has been quietly planning a comeback. Sources indicate that part of his secret strategy to solve his financial crisis involved returning to the UK, leveraging his royal title to conduct business, attract new investors, and potentially reopen doors that had been firmly shut. Some suggest he even hoped to use his diplomatic status to secure wealthy allies from the Middle East. He thought the crown would be a key to unlocking opportunity, but William has reportedly placed a diplomatic blockade around him. By bringing the vetting report to the summit, William sent a silent but devastating message. "We know everything. Don't force me to publish it." If Harry attempts to return as a working royal or use his status to broker deals behind closed doors, William allegedly holds the ultimate card, one that could strip Harry of credibility, influence, and protection forever. The report reportedly concludes that Meghan Markle is a potential security risk due to her exposure to foreign leverage. In intelligence terms, this is compromat, a nuclear option. If it were ever officially leaked to the Home Office, it could justify revoking Harry's diplomatic privileges entirely. It could even threaten his US visa, as misrepresenting foreign entanglements is a serious federal offense. Suddenly, Harry realizes he isn't just facing a family feud. He is up against the British state itself. What he assumed was his brother's pettiness about money now appears as calculated protection. William acting as future king, safeguarding the monarchy from a potentially compromised asset. The Anne files reveal that Harry's family didn't fail to protect him. They tried from the very start, but he refused to listen. And now, with his financial lifeline dead and his security file weaponized, Harry is running out of options. He is cornered, and when people are cornered, panic follows. This brings us to the financial black hole swallowing them whole, and the desperate, possibly illegal maneuver Harry attempted to escape it. While the Anne files threaten his status, the situation at Montecito threatens his very survival. We call this chapter the financial black hole. The timing of this crisis is not accidental. To pinpoint when the American dream morphed into a nightmare, we needn't look at bank transfers. We must look at the clock. At 10:00 a.m. yesterday, a courier arrived at the service entrance of the Riven Rock estate. Harry likely expected a residual check. Instead, he found a notice. Their homeowner's insurance policy in wildfire-prone California would not be renewed. This was a financial death sentence. It triggered a kill switch buried in their $9.5 million mortgage, the default clause. In the eyes of the bank, without full insurance, the loan was in immediate default, allowing foreclosure, even if no payments had been missed. Harry panicked. Immediate liquidity was needed to secure a new, exorbitantly priced, force-placed policy, but the coffers were empty. Tyler Perry had reportedly closed the Bank of the Godfather. Netflix allegedly refused to fund their lifestyle and was demanding a $20 million refund for content pipeline breaches. The A-list, their Hollywood friends, had frozen them out. Trapped between a looming foreclosure and towering debt, Harry turned to a secret deal, the very move William destroyed. Real estate insiders say the couple quietly pursued a pocket listing, a discreet off-market sale designed to avoid public humiliation. But this wasn't a Hollywood buyer. They were allegedly targeting foreign investors, syndicates, and liquid cash holders from overseas. Harry hoped for a quick sale, a cash infusion, and a silent escape. But William reportedly intervened with fury that reverberated through Kensington Palace. When Harry requested a royal bailout, or even facilitation of this transfer, William refused. Why? He connected the pocket listing to the Saudi dossier. The potential buyers circling Montecito were reportedly linked to the same Gulf elites identified in Meghan's vetting report. William allegedly told Harry, "The monarchy is not a real estate brokerage for your shadowy friends." He dissected the property with brutal arithmetic. The 16-bedroom mansion, he argued, was never an asset. It was a white elephant, devouring wealth through $200,000 annual property taxes and landscaping costs that rival the salary of a Fortune 500 CEO. By blocking the bailout and freezing the secret sale, William trapped Harry in a house he cannot afford. No insurance, no godfather, and no financial leverage, only consequences. If the financial black hole was a punch to the gut, what followed was a knife to the heart. We call the next chapter the ultimatum. William didn't reject the bailout out of spite. He rejected it out of arithmetic and national security. But before ending the summit, he reportedly delivered a final, sweeping directive. Selling the house was only the first step in a surrender treaty. If Harry ever hopes to see a single penny from the duchy or dreams of regaining security clearance, he must meet a non-negotiable condition. William allegedly told him, "You must sever the ties." This wasn't about divorcing Meghan, at least not explicitly. It was about divorcing the network that brought her to him. Harry is reportedly being ordered to immediately cut all contact with Marcus Anderson, the handler identified in the Anne files. Indeed, the entire circle of Saudi-connected elites hovering around the Sussex brand. He must choose between two worlds that can no longer coexist. Either he is a British prince, loyal to the crown, protected by the state, or he is the husband of a woman with unexplained foreign connections, dependent on the charity of those who expect favors in return. He cannot be both. The brutality of this choice is staggering. Harry stands on a bridge burning at both ends. On one side, his wife, the mother of his children, tied to a past filled with golden handshakes and impossible math. On the other, his brother, the future king, offering a lifeboat, but only if he leaves the baggage behind. Harry reportedly tried to argue, Marcus is just a friend, yacht photos are harmless vacations, but William silenced him with the duchy audit. Hollywood allies have abandoned them. Tyler Perry has walked away. Netflix demands refunds. The A-list is frozen. William's message is stark. We are the only ones left, but we will not save you if you continue to work for them. This is the moment of anagnorisis, the tragic revelation. Harry realizes he was not a rebel fighting a stifling institution. He was a pawn in a global game of influence. By refusing to sever ties years ago, he became a vehicle for strategic social placement. Now, to save himself, he may have to betray the woman for whom he sacrificed everything. William's ultimatum strips away the fantasy. There is no half-in, half-out, no secret foreign deal, only the cold, hard reality of monarchy. Harry is alone in a $14 million white elephant, surrounded by 16 bathrooms and silence. The Bank of P is closed. The Bank of Wills is closed. The only way to unlock the door is to turn his back on the life he built. He is trapped in a gilded cage of his own making. For the first time, he sees the bars clearly. As the sun sets over the Pacific, we are left with a haunting image. Prince Harry, standing on the balcony of a $14 million estate, staring out at the view he is about to lose. The Saudi Dossier and the rejected bailout tell a story less about royalty and more about the brutal realities of adulthood. We call this conclusion the gilded cage. The life lesson is stark. Lifestyle is not life. Harry chased private jets and independence, believing they equaled freedom. But William's refusal of the $36 million bailout teaches a harder truth. You are only as free as your finances allow. True freedom isn't escaping a monarchy, only to become enslaved by debt, godfather patience, or the shadows of a Saudi dossier. Harry fought for liberty, only to realize he may have traded one cage for another, built of secrets and money he cannot touch. From our perspective here at Legacy's Edge, this is a tragedy of arrogance. Harry demonized the very people, Princess Anne and William, who loved him enough to tell the truth. He mistook warnings for enmity, but as we observe the wreckage of the Sussex brand, it's clear. William didn't burn the bridge out of malice. He burned it to stop them from running back into a burning building. Sometimes the only way to save someone is to let them fall. Now the final verdict belongs to you. William has drawn a line in the sand, no bailout, and the ties must be severed. Was William right to block the funds and force the sale? Or is this a cruel abandonment of a brother in crisis? Vote your verdict in the comments. Type Team William if you support his tough love approach and protecting the crown. Type Team Harry if you believe a brother should help no matter the cost. If you believe character is destiny and financial accountability comes for us all, smash that like button. Subscribe to Legacy's Edge and ring the bell. The warning was ignored, but the lesson will last a lifetime. I'll see you in the next chapter.